Welcome back to A Minute with Chelsea. We are headed to the most dangerous beach in Iceland. This is the Black Beach, and the waves are so unpredictable and so gigantic that after we left this week, oh look, another rainbow. A week later, the beach waves were coming up onto the parking lot where we parked the bus. So our guide, Laura, said, "I am the mother duck and you are the ducklings and you stay behind me no matter what. Do not walk in front of me, end of story." And I was like, "Well, what happens?" And he was like, "Well, the waves come up and they have to rate it between like red, yellow, and green." He said, "This should have been a red, it should not have been a yellow." And I was like, "Well, it looks pretty tame to me." But then people who were down taking pictures, the waves would come up and knock them over because they would trip. And that's not that big of a deal, like they were fine. But if a wave gets big enough and comes up and sucks you into the sea is so violent and so big and so powerful and strong at this specific beach that it will kill you and no one can come rescue you. You are gone, you're a goner. And that's why it makes it such a deadly and dangerous place. But all that being said, it's cool as hell. We were not allowed to go into this cave because look, these people near got sucked out to the ocean because they were in the cave. I mostly had a good time sitting next to these rocks and filming people wiping out and getting fucking wrecked by the ocean. And I don't feel bad about it. I had a great time watching it. But also just look at how goddamn majestic. Like, I just can't imagine that this place is real. And I'm glad I went with a guide because I would have been way closer because I would have wanted better pictures, right? But knowing that not even a week later those waves came up to where the bus was parked, that is scary. After we watched people completely eat it at the beach, we headed to this town called Vik, and it is just a little town and it had lots of good places to eat. I don't know what I'm standing in. There was some little boat and we got inside it. Our guide said that the Black Crust Pizzeria was the best here, and he was not lying. It was not cheap, but it was so good. I ordered the number one, which is langoustine pizza, and I also got a Pepsi Max because I was craving something that wasn't water. And I like that at every table, you just get the water you want. You get these big water jugs, and you can fill up all your water. And we were also taught by our guide, who is Icelandic, that if you fill up your water, you fill up everyone else's water unless they're already full, because that is considered polite here. These are bacon-wrapped dates. Oh my God, they were so good. Brianna ordered those for the table, and then everyone else got a different kind of pizza because we were kind of just giving each other all the different slices so we could try all of it. So there's a margarita pizza, there's my langoustine pizza, there's like pepperoni and meat pizzas, and we all just kind of shared and took bites of each other's food, and that's kind of how the whole trip felt, kind of like family, just chilling around a dinner table and eating each other's food and having a good time. And I'm really grateful for that, you know, to feel like you have people that you don't mind if they eat off your plate and like you just kind of feel like you're already family. That is the literal reason why I want to go on trips with hobbithikers. Alex bought these macarons and they were really cool, like, oh, they're Aurora themed or whatever, but they tasted so bad. And I am not a fan of macarons anyway, but for it to be this bad, I took one bite and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't do this. I hate it. It's really pretty and it's beautiful. It turned my tongue purple, but it's not good." While we were eating at the pizzeria, a couple of the hobbithikers saw a beach nearby that wasn't going to kill them. So they got some food and sat down and watched the waves. And while they ate lunch, they saw a bunch of horses and people doing horseback riding tours, which was really, really cool. I love horses. And if I had thought about it, if I had like the wherewithal to be like, you know what, I would like to eat on the beach as well, I also would have taken my pizza and eaten on the beach, but that never occurred to me, so it was a little too late for that. Then we walked back to where the bus was parked, but we had to go through a couple of buildings and there was lots of little shopping centers. So we walked through, but I didn't buy anything because it's like souvenir stuff. I really don't need any of that stuff, you know? And then it was time for us to get back on the bus and head to our next adventure. We are headed to the lava fields to see all the lava fields, which are like old hard lava that is now covered in moss. And our guide said that the moss can change colors within like 24 hours. So we got to see it when it was super bright and green, which is really exciting because he said it could be brown or gray by the next day. We did a little photo shoot on the trail and then we put the drone up so we could get a group photo, but you know, it was a little bit overexposed, but you know what? We did our best. And the lava fields remind me of the part in Frozen with the little trolls. It looks like where they would live. Also, our guide told us we could pet the moss, we just couldn't step on the moss. So we made our way back down the hill toward the bus. And we were like, let's take pictures of our shadows, but they don't look like anything. And then we petted the moss before we got back on the bus. It feels like regular moss at home, just in case you were worried that you're missing out. Just go pet moss in your yard. It's the same. We pulled the bus over to another lookout point that was just really pretty. I don't know what this one was called. I'm sure there's a name for it, and I will have to tell you in the comments. But it looked so magnificent. So I put the drone up and did a little 360, and I just think it's amazing. I don't know. It was such a good day. And of course, there's still more to this day, but I'll see